Welcome to the Q&A live. I'll be back in just 1 second. I apologize for the wait. Apologize for the delay. I am back. Zero people and somehow already like, there we go. People are on. So, this is the BNSFGUY7777 Q&A live. Sorry this didn't come yesterday. I was a little busy with friends. I actually hang out with people. I don't just Railfan. So this is just going to be a Q&A while I'm just building my route on Trainz. So I'm not just standing here doing nothing. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've got a lot of questions. I'm scrolling through the video and I'm just going to read the question, and I'm also going to read who the questioner is. So, I'm just going to read it from top to bottom. It's not in any specific order that I chose. I apologize if any of you feel like, oh, why'd you do this person first, this person last, blah, 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 blah. It's all about the order that YouTube puts it in. It's all random. Okay, the first request on the top of the list is, do you ever find things that are really rare on the railroad? Like a locomotive with paint from a long-gone railroad? I mean, if you count Santa Fe, technically, yes. Santa Fe, and I've seen a BN executive map once. I've seen a BN green before, but I did not get that on camera, sadly. So, I mean, if you count those railroads, yeah, but if not, then no, I sadly have not seen anything other than Santa Fe or BN. Oh, wow. That question was from Harrison, LA Time Traveler. Wow, you travel through time. Railfan K Train Productions has 4 questions. That's my favorite. What is your favorite locomotive? My favorite locomotive would probably have to be. To be honest, I have to think, because I love the F-59s. I love Aces. Like, if I were to code it by passenger train and freight train, my favorite passenger locomotive is an F-59 all the way. Like, all the way. There's nothing that can change my mind. And then my favorite freight locomotive is probably an Ace, because, like, honestly, like, if I was handed, like, one locomotive to drive, I would just, like, walk in an Ace and just be, like, blasting the K5 LLA on that thing, hoping it's not fouled. Why am I not getting anything, as I said I would? My favorite railroad, it's kind of obvious. It's kind of in the name. That question was self-explanatory when you're asking BNSFGUY7777. What is your favorite Railfan spot? My favorite Railfan spot, that's a tough one. Yes, I do go to Fullerton a lot. Most of you would probably think that Fullerton is probably my favorite Railfan spot, which it might be, because I spend most of my time out there. Like, the majority of content on my channel is Fullerton. But if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's only because it is like, it's really like local, kind of. It's just like the most convenient spot, because it's the closest station to me where I can get freight trains all day. So I just go there. It's an hour train ride or an hour drive, depending on how I get there. Either way, it's still an hour. But I would have to think about my favorite Railfan spot for a while, actually. I'll come back to that question later. Question 4 he has for me. What do I like to do on YouTube? The main thing is upload videos to provide you guys with content. I like to hear what you guys have to say, or to see what you guys have to say, because you comment. You don't, like, personally contact me and say, hey, that video was good, do another one. You guys just comment saying, hey, that video was good, do another one. So it's just, I just love to get positive feedback from you guys, because in school, like, especially elementary school, I was always just made fun of for having an interest in trains because it's like just so out of the ordinary. But creating a YouTube channel helped me realize that, oh my gosh, there's actually people that support me and understand. So that's the thing I love most. And those 4 questions were from Railfan K Train Productions. Not 9010 Productions says, have you ever been up to NorCal? It's pretty amazing up here. No, I have not been up to NorCal. I plan to go up there though, whenever I can. Just my family, we don't travel much. Like, the only time I actually got the possibility and did take the chance, the only time I got to the other side of the country was because of a school field trip. It was awesome, but we couldn't stop in Railfan, and that was kind of depressing because we passed right by Ashland, and I really wanted to like stop by and just get some Amtrak and CSS. We spent 5 days along the CSX line. We didn't see one CSX locomotive. That's kind of sad. But if I do go up to NorCal, spots on my list is Jack London Square, Roseville. I need to think about some other places, but those are the top 2 places. Maybe Emeryville as well. I'd still have to look into more places, because I'm, like, way more familiar with the places down here in SoCal, which is kind of obvious. Next question. Jack Harris asked, what is my favorite Metrolink locomotive? Well, as I said, my favorite passenger locomotive is F-59s, or are F-59s, I should say, because that's better grammar. But if you mean one specific locomotive from Metrolink, like one specific F-59 or MP-36, I don't base how I like my units off like the paint scheme or anything. I usually do it off the horn. And if I'm gonna be honest, either 879 or 885. Those 879 has a great K5LA and P2 mix, so it sounds awesome. And 885 just has the greatest K5LA. If you remember from my Oceanside video from a couple months ago, Chris Shepard was working my train down there, and when he had to deadhead back to Stewart Mesa, he gave me, Bryson, and Hudson a legit horn show with the usual shave and haircut, because I literally get those every time I do rail fanning somehow. Next question from Nick Trainfan 1550 is, what am I going to do on Christmas? Well, one thing I do on Christmas is I always visit Cajon Pass. It's just like a thing I do on Christmas. I go to Cajon Pass in Railfan with a couple of friends. But honestly, this year for Christmas, I'm thinking about doing an ROCV special. And also over Thanksgiving break, expect an ROCV episode. Because I can't really work on Rails of California Valley during school times. Because, like, I have a busy schedule, especially because, you know, I decided why not try and join marching band, because I love music, like, absolutely love it. So I thought marching band would be a fun thing. It's fun, don't get me wrong, it is fun, but it takes up a lot of time, like, more time than rail fanning. So on Christmas, I'm doing Cajon Pass or Barstow, because I do want to do Barstow, and I'm also most likely going to be doing a Rails of California Valley video. And sorry that I'm not reading the comments on the live video. The recorder is placed out of position where I can't read it. Sorry about that, because I see like things popping up. I can't read them. So I apologize in advance and in late advance for not responding to anything down there. Alright, AWVR and BNSFGUY7777 close asked, what is my favorite Amtrak locomotive? once again, F59. I love my F59s. But if I'm gonna be specific, like which specific one is my favorite, again, I do base them off the horns, because the horn, in my opinion, is the best part of the train. Like, you can't have the train without the horn. And 462, in my opinion, probably had one of the best. And I got an epic horn show from it in like I can't remember if it was 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2017, because the F59s were slowly going away in 2018. But it was a pretty awesome horn show, and it really showed how epic the horn on it was. So it was nice to get that, because down here in San Clemente, we don't get horn too much, because they quiet zoned the place in late 2016. And I'm like, screw that. The tracks were there before the houses, which they were by a lot. But they still did it anyways. So I have to live with that. At least until I move out, which when I do, I'm probably moving to Fullerton. I'm gonna say that now. Okay, the next question is from, I apologize if I do not pronounce this correctly, Mustafa Khan. He has two questions. One, do you like Go Transit? And two, have you heard of BFDI? For question one, I don't have too much experience with Go Transit. I mean, like, I have it downloaded on Tane. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Here we go. Like, I have it downloaded just because I have a bunch of commuters. Like, I have pretty much every commuter, I have every class 1. So, I don't have much experience with it, but they have some pretty legit horns. But there's one trend I've noticed with Canadian trains. They either have the best horns or the worst horns. Like, most of them don't usually have, like, just good horns. They're either, like, freaking awesome. Like, in my opinion, my favorite horn is like, a P5. I love P5s. And Canadian trains have, like, P5s, RS3Ls. They have a bunch of the good ones. But at the same time, they also have, in my opinion, badly tuned ones. Like, Coaster Cab Car 2303, I believe, has a K3CA, which is a Canadian tuned horn. It does sound good, but at the same time, it sounds kind of, like, off compared to all the horns I'm used to. But at the same time, I'm from southern of North America. And that's from Canada, so it's different up there. It's different down here. And for question number 2 from him, I have not heard of BFDI as far as I know. The next question is from Caltrain907. Which do I like better, war bonnet or fake bonnet? Well, the war bonnet is the actual representation of the historic company Santa Fe, and a fake. My chair arm falls sometimes. Like, it doesn't fall off, but like it lifts up and comes down, and it constantly falls and makes that noise. So like, ignore that. So a war bonnet is the physical representation of the former company, and a fake bonnet is just like BNSF's redo of it. So I'm gonna be honest, I do like war bonnets better, just because it's like the actual heritage. It's like a heritage unit. A fake bonnet is pretty much a special interest, because it's just like a slightly unusually painted -9. And then Ocean Rail Productions says, again, where's my favorite Railfan spot? As I said before, I'm gonna have to come back to that question because I still need some time to think. Amtrak fan 2115 says, what is your favorite NS rebuild? Ooh. I'm not too familiar with the NS rebuilds. I know there's the AC44 C6Ms, oh shoot. I have to look up some of them because I'm unfamiliar with most of the NS stuff. And why do I see stuff being deleted by Bryson and Israel? Okay, well, meanwhile, I'm just going to look up some of the rebuilds. But the only one, I have to say this is my favorite because it's the only one I've ever seen, an AC-44C6M. I've only seen one, and it was pretty cool because it was attached to a CRES, otherwise known as City Rail, so that was cool. NS1074 Railfan Productions says, what is your favorite NS Heritage unit and why? Ooh. My favorite NS Heritage unit would, let's see, I have the list. I'm just gonna go through all of them and just, I think it's probably the Conrail. I love the Conrail one because Conrail was don't mind if I stutter. I have a problem with that sometimes, but Conrail was absolute legitness. I failed to talk. Sorry about that. That is going to happen periodically. It usually happens to me with words starting with the letter L. I don't know why. But that's just a thing. So let's move on. Next question is from Garrett's Trainz 95. When will I go to Irvine? You know, you asked me that a bunch of times, so I'm gonna answer it. I will eventually go. I just need to plan out. I just need to plan it out. Because if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, most of my going to Fullerton trips are usually just a last minute, hey, I'm just gonna do that this weekend trip. I don't like plan it out like 3.5 years in advance. Saying like I'm gonna go on this specific day hoping this stuff will come. It's just like a last minute, hey, let's do that, or oh god, something rare is coming, get there now. That's how I saw the War Bonnet Leader a couple weeks ago, because I was on the virtual Railfan camera. Kind of a cheat, but eh. So I was on there, and I just saw that, and I was like, oh, I'm going to Fullerton. The main reason I actually went there that day was because the BNSF-9 was leading the chief. I didn't know about the War Bonnet Leader until a couple hours later. So that was just like a bonus. And the next question is from TrainBoss45. He has 2 questions for me. Do I have model trains and what are they? Well, I do. I don't use them anymore, mainly because my sister has a tendency to absolutely destroy them. Those of you who know me personally, like, know that, and you've probably seen the ones that are done. But I do have some that are still operational and functional, and some that are still in perfect condition, which I've kept in storage for a while now, like about 2 years. And his second question is, do I like the Siemens Charger? Well, I have mixed emotions about the Siemens Charger. So, yes, they do have more horsepower than the F-59, but they're not as streamlined. Like, the F-59s were streamlined really well. And most of you in SoCal can, and NorCal can definitely relate. If you understand. Because, like, the F-59s, they just look smooth and, like, and they were really short. I'm just realizing that. But the Chargers, it just looks like it's pretty much a single cabbed ACS 64 with a half bump on the back. It's pretty much all it is. And with no, like, pantographs that connects it to electrical, stuff. Electrical stuff. And San Juan Railfan asked if he can have some pizza. No, I already ate it. And I'm actually quite surprised I did not get too many of these. But California Train, I asked for a face reveal. Sadly, I cannot do that. The main problem is my mom won't let me. She has, like, a huge paranoia about that. So, like, honestly, if it was, like, flat out up to me, I would have done this for, like, 10 subs. Being like, oh, wow, 10... I'm at 10 subs. I need to do a face reveal. And then my face would be in like so many videos, like it would be unreal. So yeah, I sadly cannot do that. I will be able to do that within a couple of years. That's probably when I'm gonna be at a couple more thousand subs. So, but here's the point I try to make to my mom about a face reveal. The longer you make me wait, the more people are gonna see it. So, who cares? And Santa Fe Productions asked me what is my favorite Leslie horn. Now, I know a decent amount of them. There's RS3L, RS3P, RS3K. I know pretty much all the RS3s. The RS5T. I think the RS5T or the RS3L is my favorite. It's one of those two, because those two are really nice sounding. And they tend to be on Norfolk Southern a lot. So I need to go out there one day. Alright. And okay, there's no way to pronounce this full name. So CSS559 asked me, how did I get into trains? As far as I can remember, I've just been into trains my whole life. Like, if I'm being honest. But my parents told me when I was like a couple months old, I used to go to like a babysitter's place because my parents like had to work hard in my young stages of life. So they just hired a babysitter for me for a little bit. And then one day she gave me a Thomas the Train thing. I was like 4 months old when this happened. I don't still have the actual thing. If I did, though, I could probably sell it on eBay for like $1 million, saying like BNSF guy into train toy. but I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it either. I'm probably just not too old for it, which is the most logical answer. But they told me it was from that Thomas the Train toy, then it was the show, and then it was the real trains. Now, here's just a fun fact about me. I remember the exact consist of the first freight train I ever saw. And I was like 2.5 years old. And it was at San Clemente, in fact. It was actually like fairly early. And it was also the only time I saw a freight train with the first engine long hood. So I'm gonna build the consist for you guys really quickly. So there were 2 -9s at the front, I believe. I don't remember what the numbers were. I apologize for that. Well, I don't know why I need to apologize. I was like 2. I didn't even understand how rare this train actually was. But I do remember that it was a ballast train. A ballast train with the first unit long hood forward. I don't remember how long it was or how many cars there were. All I remember is that it was an afternoon at North Beach, and I was getting pushed on the swing because I was like 2 years old. All I understood was freight train. If I'm gonna be honest there. That's really all I understood. And I got sidetracked a lot. And CSS559's second question is, have I ever been to Indiana? I've flown over Indiana when I was on the DC trip. Or I don't think I flew over Indiana, but I came close to Indiana. So I'm probably gonna visit there eventually. Like, I'm probably gonna do like a whole U.S. tour, which will be awesome. But that's not gonna be for a while. I have to say that. And Ferromex SD70 ACE asked, "Am I gonna return to Cajon Pass?" As mentioned earlier, yeah, I do it annually for Christmas. It's just like an extra Christmas present that doesn't cost any money except for gas money for the car. Oh, you know, I'm not even gonna spoil this year's birthday Railfaning trip, because that's too epic to spoil. And CSX Railfan asked, when am I going to upload the Railfaning trip you did? I need more specific, like which Railfaning trip. Because I went Railfaning twice this weekend. Those will be uploaded this week. Since this is coming today, the one on Saturday will be uploaded on Wednesday. And then just pop up, Sunday's video will be on Thursday. Because I have time. Lucky Rail Production asked me, what do you use for tracking / to know where freight trains are? I use a multitude of things. I use heritage units, which isn't the most updated thing because it's all by how people do it. It's like when people see it, they just like put it on there, and not everybody puts it on there either. So sometimes it's all by chance. So I use heritage units. It helps most with Amtrak. I'm gonna be honest there, because like then I know what's coming in on number 3. I have like a 3 days advance. The second thing I use are all the virtual Railfan cameras. So one thing that's really nice is 3 of them link with the BNSF San Bernardino subdivision, which is what Fullerton is. So from La Plata, which is one of the cams, I have a 2.5 days advance warning. From Belen, New Mexico cam, I have a day's warning. And then from the Flagstaff cam, I have a 9 to 12 hour warning of what is coming. Be warned, this only affects me for eastbound trains. Westbound trains, that's all by chance. So it's really helpful actually. North Mountain Films, okay, he had like 10,000 questions, so I don't know which order they come in. I just blacked out for a second. Like just like looking at all the 10 questions he had. So I don't think this is in proper order, so I'm just gonna move on to the next one, and then I'll just go in the order I believe it's in. SP489 said, what camera do I use? I use this camera specifically right here, a EOS Rebel T6. It's really nice. So the only thing is it can't zoom very far because I didn't get a zoom lens that goes very far. This zoom lens is only 18 to 55. Amtrak Productions, otherwise known as Petru, recommended me to get a 150 to 2. It was like 155 to 250, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm gonna look into that because if I want to get like trains on like the Palmdale cutoff in Cajon Pass when I'm at like the junction and I can barely see it, that's gonna be really helpful. So I'm definitely looking into getting a zoom lens that can go farther. So expect one of those probably around Christmas, because I think that's what I want for Christmas. A farther zoom lens. Rowan Collins asked, "What is my favorite era of locomotive past to of railroading from the past to the present?" Well, the railroading had quite the experience throughout the last 200 years. They went from they went from this to where's my ace? They went from this to this in America in 200 years. So, and over time there was a bunch of stuff in between. And all the railroads just getting bought over, bankruptcy, all that, like the railroads had a hard time, especially in like the last 30 years, like the 50s to the 80s, 90s-ish. Those were like the roughest time for the railroads, as sad as it is. Like, it was really rough. So one of my favorite eras was the late 90s, because you've got consists like this, which I dream of seeing, but this is like pretty much a daily consist through Fullerton. Just like 19 executive mats, 400 war bonnets, you name it. So that's my favorite railroading era. But that's just the stuff through Fullerton. I can only imagine what went through the Midwest, which I'm definitely gonna visit soon. All right, so now let's go to all of North Mountain Films questions. So So one of these questions, or actually kind of 2 or 3 of these, are somewhat personal, which I cannot answer. Like the car I have. Like technically, I don't own a car because I'm not eligible to drive yet. And some of these I just can't do anymore because how do you accept? I can't replicate my squeaky voice back when I foamed. I can't do that anymore because my voice has deepened. It's like lower now, and back then it was like so freaking high, like it was unreal. But there is a good amount of them I can't answer. What do you think about Railfan in New York? It depends what spots in New York, because there's like some decent spots, and then there's also some spots that are like, how did you get there and why? But I have the Northeast Corridor on Train Sim World, so it's fun to just like visit spots and quote unquote Railfan in the game. So, and I don't think New York Penn would be the best spot to Railfan, because it's like 20 something tracks. He has a couple more. I have to find them because they're like scattered, because that's the way YouTube does it. God. And some of these aren't even directed at me, so I'm you should have just done like you should have just like replied to your own things to have it in like one specific thing, because that just was wow. And NBTA fan 1071 says, one word, finally. Agreed. CCR Halloween said, how many trains have you seen, and how long did it take you to get to 2K? Well, I can definitely answer one of those. It took me about 3.5 years to get to 2K. Just under 3.5, no, 3 years and a couple months to get to 2K. Now, how many trains I've seen is probably more days I've been on this earth. Like, I have seen so many. Mainly because I live along the second busiest rail corridor in America. I'm not even joking either. Look it up. The Pacific Surfliner is the second busiest rail corridor in America. So, it's probably why I've seen more trains than I have lived days on this earth. Which I don't know whether to call that a win or sad. Benjamin T said, what is your favorite restored steam locomotive? You know, there's a couple of them. There's 844, there's 4014, and then there's 3751. And I'm sure most of you probably know about ATSF 3751's its excursion in 2010 from LA to San Diego. For those of you who do know about that, believe it or not, yes, I'm privileged. I was on that train. I was in one of the coaches having the time of my life. That was probably the most legit birthday present I ever got. Bill Salas says, what time will the big boy be going through Cajon Pass on Sunday? It should be going through there. I have to check the schedule because they have a schedule on their Safari. So let me look it up. The Steam schedule. Sunday, October 13th. It's gonna get into Bloomington around at 4 p.m. So it should be going through Cajon around 3:30. 3:15 to 3:30. Well, that's when I'll go through like the main spots in Cajon, like Summit, Swarthout. Probably. I'm not sure how long exactly it takes to get from going to Bloomington, so don't take my word for it, because I don't know. But I would assume around 3:30. Skyscraperism Theo Gaming HD asked, why did I quit Trainz 2? Well, there's one simple answer to that. Trainz New Era. I got it on my computer and I was like, oh my god. It is, trust me guys, when you make the improvement from the iPad version of Trainz to the computer version, your whole perspective of the game changes. Just like, I have so much more possibilities on this game. Like, I can actually, like, on Trainz Driver 2, I couldn't make a railroad crossing like this very easily. In fact, I couldn't do this at all, because I don't have, like, triple dated crossings with one in the middle. I can make a crossing however I want in this game. I can get it to go off whenever I want, however far away I want the train. So that's pretty much why. And Dominant Strains Movies 2004, I already replied to this, because I pretty much already did this. He said, could you do a music video with your best catches in it? And that was pretty much what my 3-year special was, which was only like 2 months ago. But at the same time, I have seen a lot within the last 2 months, so I could make an updated version. But then I would have to redo pretty much the entire thing, so that would be a pain. Railfan K Train Production says, good job, man, and what's the name of the music you used? I replied to him. I've used this song a lot in the past, so I just thought I would bring it back for that one thing. Longmont Railway said, congrats on 2K, and I replied saying thanks, because he's nice. Bill Salas said, are you gonna do your 3-year anniversary special since you got your 2K subscribers? My 3-year anniversary special was the music video, but my 2K sub special is pretty obvious now. It's gonna be Big Boy. I was gonna see it on the Saturday and the Sunday, but something marching band related came up on the Saturday, so I cannot see it on the Saturday, sadly. But I'm still gonna see it on the Sunday, so there's a chance for most of you in SoCal to meet me. BNSF Kid Quad 7 said, go on a Railfan trip. I am in next week. Southeast Railfan, sorry, my voice just died for a second. Southeast Railfan Productions said, what's your opinion on the Big Boy? You know, I feel like they should have brought this unit back a while ago. Because, I mean, it is a heavy unit that is probably gonna mess up most of the rails that it's going on. But they could have restored it a while ago. Or, I'm not sure if they could have, but they should have. Because that thing is legit. Because, I mean, like, they've had 844 out forever. Why not the Big Boy as well? Cal Railfan 90208 says, what is my opinion on my haters? Well, it depends, like, which ones. Because there are some that just dislike those. I'm like, alright, okay, you do what you want. And then the ones that happened fairly recently, which copied my videos trying to take me down, that's just wrong. Like, I literally have not done anything to provoke him. I don't know what that guy's problem was, but at least from what I've seen, it's over. Just like, there's been like no active comments saying, hey, there's this going on, there's that going on. So I'm glad that period of time is over. That was a stressful couple of weeks. Amtrak 462 Production says, what is your favorite heritage unit? I have already answered this. It is the Conrail. And he also asked, what is my favorite Amtrak heritage unit? Oh, well, my favorite Amtrak one. I'm just realizing I don't have any of the Amtrak heritage units on this game. So, my favorite Amtrak one is probably... I'm gonna come back to that one along with my favorite Railfan spot, because I don't know. Jason Gunther asked, do you like any Union Pacific engines or just BNSF? Now, BNSF is my favorite company, just like BNSF. But I do like other companies too. Like I do like Union Pacific locomotives. But one thing that I don't like that Union Pacific is doing is repainting all their fallen flags. But at the same time, BNSF is slowly doing that too, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But Union Pacific did it a lot faster. Like, I want to see a CNW unit really badly. There's only one left. So, well, two if you count 1995, but it's going to be a lot tougher to see that one CNW. But I've actually been told there's 3 remaining, but 2 of them are in storage in, like, Colorado with, like, 200 other locomotives. I think it was Colorado. I can't remember. But yeah, I do like other companies and other locomotives. BNSF has just been my favorite my whole life. I got a couple of these asking, will I chase 4014? It was asked by Wesley Maxfield. Was he really the only person who asked that? Well, I guess I do not pay attention to things. Yeah. Wesley Maxfield asked, will you chase 4014? And the answer to that is actually yes. On the Sunday, when I'm going to see it, I'm getting up really early, like extremely early. I'm going to head out to Barstow with a couple of friends. I'm going to get it coming in there. I'm going to chase it. I'm going to get it. I have plans to get it. Actually, I'm for sure going to get it in Barstow, Victorville, Summit, Swarthout Canyon, and Bloomington. So if you want to meet me, go to those spots when Big Boy's going there, because that's where I'll be. I might stop at intermediate places along the way, like I might stop at Hesperia if we have time, and other places which I'm going to look into. But yeah, it's literally happening this weekend. Oh wow. CSX Train Guy 3026 said, I thought you said a few months ago back that you were going to do a special Railfan trip for when you reach 2K. Well, I am. It's gonna be the big boy, which I said is happening this weekend. Amtrak fan 90208 says, how do I not foam in my videos anymore, and what's my opinion on 90208? Well, yes, I did foam a lot. Like it was crazy, and when you've been foaming for a while now, stopping it is kind of hard. Just like it's just kind of natural, but eventually you can do it. But one thing that also helps is experience. Like once you've seen enough war bonnets, and enough H1s, you realize that it kind of just comes to your mind that they're just different paints. But in reality, what they are is actually something really special. But we just don't see them as special because we see them really often. So it just reaches the point where you just don't foam at them anymore. But honestly now, and also one other thing that helps is when I first started my channel, I was really immature. On the honest there, I was kind of immature and didn't really understand all that. So, and another thing that helps is once you get older, you get more mature and you understand that, and you know how to be quiet when there's a train coming. So, like, that's how I didn't foam over some of the recent catches. Like, the War Bonnet Leader, now that I look back at it, I'm honestly kind of surprised I didn't foam at that, because that's pretty good. That's definitely one of the best catches of the year. And my opinion on 908 is that it was a pretty good unit. It was our own Amtrak 42, and then it got wrecked, and then yeah, it got crashed. And he also said, how do you download music onto YouTube? Well, you do that when you're editing the video. You download the music, and then you put it on the video, and then once it's in the video, you save the video, and then put it on YouTube, and then it's already in. So that's all the questions from in the video. I'm gonna gonna remove one of the things holding the device. Yep, so I don't mind. It will move around. Are there any questions you guys have for me now? Because I rearranged so I can actually read it. Any questions any of you have for me right now? Yes. Read up. Okay, so I'm gonna have to scroll through all this. Okay, I'm actually gonna read through all the comments I got on this. I apologize that I was not able to read all this stuff. But let's see here. Kahoot Pass, that's pretty good. I'm just scrolling through these right now. Suburban Railfan. Actually, like, this was like 20 minutes ago when you said that. About 30 minutes ago, you said the only heritage unit to visit California was 8104. That is actually not true. 1074 has visited, 8101 has visited, 4005 has come out here, which is technically a special interest, so, but 1801 came here last week on Union Pacific. I'm not sure what else has come out here, but we've actually had a fairly decent amount of trains out here, especially from NS. And lately, NS has been on BNSF a lot, specifically with 2 of them, not just 1, 2 of them. It's been really weird. Don't know where they're coming from either. How many times have I seen BNSF7777 from Train Nerd about 20 minutes ago? I've seen it 3 times. I've recorded it twice. The first time I saw it was before I had my channel. It was leading, and that's pretty much when I just got into BNSF, and that's when I got into like BNSF and 7777. That's actually why my channel is called BNSFGUY7777. So that's kind of the story behind my YouTube channel name. And pretty much like 2 weeks after that happened, I started my channel. If only I got that on camera. I'm just scrolling through these, sorry I'm being quiet. Alright. We're getting pretty close to the end. This thing has been an hour. This is a long video. Will you make a loop line and run trains? Like on this game? Like, I said I was gonna be doing stuff on this, but honestly, I did not do anything. Like, I barely touched it. I didn't even program the crossings, now that I think about it. So, and if any of you are curious, this line is going to be Oceanside to San Diego, and then I'll probably add more stuff north, but that's what me and Santa Fe Productions are doing. We're battling each other to see who can finish it first, because that's what we do. We just see who can do stuff first and better, because we do that. Well, I'm pretty much just going to end the Q&A here. If any of you are interested, I could keep the stream going, and then we could do and then I could just show what I'm doing on the route right now. Like, I can just show the process of me building. So, like, would you guys be up for that? Because I have plenty of time. Hold on, apparently Garrett has one last question. Sadly, Garrett, I can on Fridays, every Friday, except for a couple Fridays ago, it was a one-time thing. Every Friday, until second semester, I'm in marching band, so we have to go to all the football games on Friday nights. So yeah, I can't do Friday night Railfannings until second semester, which will be right after Christmas break. So once Christmas break comes and passes, I'll be Railfanning much more often, because marching band takes up a lot of my time, and then once that's done, I have a lot more free time. Just like Tuesdays, I can't upload because we have a practice from I'm not even joking either when I say this, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We don't get to eat, we don't get to drink, so like it's kind of brutal Tuesday night practices. So yeah, it's a kind of rip in the chat right there. Apparently he has one more. And Garrett also asked, okay, will you go to Tolton for 4014? Yeah, I will be going to Tolton on the Sunday. I will be chasing it from Barstow to Tolton. It's actually gonna end in Bloomington, which is right by Tolton, so I don't even know why I'm making a difference here. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's doing. So now if you guys want to see, like, just tell me now if you guys want to see just what I'm doing on the route. I'm using Google Maps to help because it's helpful. So if you guys are able or want to see what I'm doing on the route, I'll just keep the stream going. If not, it's pretty much gonna end here. CSX Railfan, technically I could do a Trainz stream once a week, but then my channel would be streaming a lot, and I don't want to be known as like one of those weird streamers, because like people at school know my channel, and like they pretty much do annoying things with streamers. So I don't want to be kind of known as one of those, but I do stream every once in a while. So I mean, like, this won't be like a one-time thing. This will happen again, just not very often. I mean, I could keep the stream going for like another 30 minutes as I'm just building. By the time that 30 minutes is up, I should make it to Carlsbad, Poinsettia, or even Encinitas, because most of it is one track. Kind of like my hometown. Hold on, I'm getting a call. This happens literally every time.
Hey, I really didn't want to call because you're live streaming.
Then why did you call, Peter?
Because I gave you about $500 worth of JR content.
That's fair.
And I didn't need to.
Don't mind that I'm always in conversations with people. Okay, so guys, literally, I can't go a while without talking to people. I'm not sure if it's like an anxiety thing. I just can't go too long without talking to people, which is kind of why school is an issue with me. But yeah, I sadly now have to end the stream because I know I know he's not gonna end the call. But I got the Q&A done. I got the main focus done.
Just do it. I'm ending the call.
He just ended the call. Oh my gosh. Oh god. All right then. I don't even know anymore. Should I just end it here because this is getting awkward? This is kind of an unusual way to end the video. Okay, so I'm not gonna end it. All right. Those of you who are watching not live, don't mind. because this is gonna go on for a while. Eventually, I am gonna have to stop the stream because either my iPad is gonna die. I'm gonna have something else to do. I'm gonna get hungry like really soon. Like, guys, most of you do not know this about me, but I am a real eater. I eat 24/7. 24/7, 365. You know what? 24/7, 366. I eat so much. Like, I'm honestly sometimes worried about myself. Like, will I get overweight? But then I don't. Well, that happened. The thing failed. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. You won't need to stand by for much longer, guys. I apologize for that. That was a hilarious random inconvenience. Resetting. Oh, yeah. Yellow Bonnet, Alice. So, I eat pizza a lot. Okay, so this is pretty much just coming into, like, my live stream after Q&A. Well, that's what Q&As are for. So, I eat pizza a lot. It's pretty much my favorite food. So, when I get pizza, I pretty much just eat the whole thing, because why not? And sometimes I wonder, like, why I'm always so addicted to pizza. Because I don't stop. But then at the same time, it could be worse. I could be eating pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a whole pizza. But when I do eat a whole pizza, it's usually just for dinner. Or for like a midday snack when I'm Railfanning. If it was a midnight snack, I'd probably just like go in the kitchen and sneak some pretzels. Because, like, pretzels are another thing I eat a lot of. It's pretty much just, like, my go-to snack, if I'm gonna be honest. Longmont Railfan, you pointed that out already. I'm going to give you the shout-out you have requested 8.5 times. In a minute. Just hold on. Please. Calm down. Okay, you know what? Just again to be quiet. Here is a quick shout out to Longmont Railfan who he did this for a couple of people. He gave us a lot of money's worth of jointed rail content, which saved me a lot of money. Like, it's where I got 98% of the stuff in my list. That's why I have a Mac. It's a Mac. Oh my god. That's why I have another Mac. That's very, very weathered. It is extremely weathered, like unreal. An SD75M, which do they even paint these in H2? As far as I know, I'm not sure. It's also why I have a whole bunch of other crap. Like, if I were to go through the list, it's also where I got the Ace from. I didn't get the Canadian Pacific from him. That I got on my own. It's where I got the CN yet. It's where I got, like, so many things. I'm just gonna stop now saying stuff. But shout out to him for all the free content. He's epic. Mostly. Although one thing he does to me that gets annoying is he boasts to me about how many executive Macs he sees. Oh yeah. So Alex, I will send you the pictures I got of 583 as well. You can use them in the thumbnail, and I'll give you credit for sending me the video, and give me credit, please, if you use one of my pictures. So me and Alex, Belmont Productions, went railfanning yesterday, along with Santa Monica Railfan Productions. And I just decided, why not just take pictures of this one train instead of a video? And he got a video and I got pictures, so we're just gonna share them. Alright, so right here what I'm doing is I'm pretty much in Carlsbad now on the Oceanside to San Diego route. There's just like a small bridge before it that's about 250 feet. I've got to make it this bridge. Oh, yeah, Gear. I completely forgot to tell you. I'm sorry, but either way, this was kind of like just like a last minute thing, cause, well, with Bryson, Alex told me he was coming down here like a couple hours before he actually did. But then I just told Bryson, and then he was like, okay, and then we just railfanned. We didn't know we were gonna go railfanning. At first we just thought we were gonna hang, but then Alex was like, let's go railfanning, and then I'm like, okay. We didn't get anything too good. We just got a tiny bit of horn from 583, and I'm getting more calls. Okay, guys, I get calls a lot, like at least 9 a day per hour. So don't mind during streams that I get so many calls. Like, trying to be honest, sometimes it does get annoying, but at the same time, they're people too. They want to talk, and I don't blame them. I would want to talk to me too. Alright, so we're getting close on Carlsbad Village on this route. And on Saturday, I went to Carlsbad Village, and there's going to be a scene where you guys are going to be like, how did you manage this? So, well, you'll probably be like, how did you manage this? Because let's just say I was on the meeting at the railroad crossing, and then here comes an Amtrak going too fast. No, the tripod did not fall over. It almost did, though. Alex, you remember. Hello, Husky. So let's see, I have to do 0.25 miles to get to Carlsbad Village Station. This is probably the longest stream I'm ever gonna do. I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. So 1,320 feet is the next distance I have to go. God. Whoops. Oh wow, it's actually not that far. Alright, well, I'm getting hungry. I'm going to be back in 1 minute because, as I said recently, as I said like a couple minutes ago, I'm always hungry. So I'm just going to stop for a minute, get a snack, and come back. And I have returned with my go-to snack, pretzels. I don't know if you guys were able to see, but pretzels, a lot of pretzels. I just munch on these for hours while I'm playing. Also, here's something. If you guys want me to build any like specific location on Trainz New Era, since my computer has like 8 million times the storage capacity as my iPad, I can do your guys' build requests and then just record me doing that and then put it on YouTube, and then I can put it on the download station. In fact, there's a video I have not uploaded yet because I was just too lazy. There was a video of me building a mountainous route designed for Canadian, it's Canadian. It's on the download station. You can get it for free on the Trainz download station. It's called C. I haven't finished it. It's called CN Mountain Route Phase 1. It's unfinished. I'm still working on it, but I have a decent amount of track on there. Alright, well, here's the point where I reached the Carlsbad Village Station. So let's see how this goes. It's on the slightest curve, which kind of bugs me, because like it's so slight you can barely even tell. I'm just checking the distance. About 375 before the curve. And yes, pretzels are loud. I eat these so often, guys. Like, I'm sure most of you go to Costco and you see those entire huge bins of pretzels. My family always gets those, and I finish them. By the time we go to Costco again the next week. That's how much of those things I actually eat. I don't know if that's unhealthy for me, but I do it anyways, because this is America. No one can make me not do it, except probably my health teacher, who would be so triggered if she heard me saying this. Yeah, in high school we have a health class. Now I have to make the smallest curve over 500 feet. Any questions about anything going on? I'm just gonna check recently. Alright, so far everything is good. Oh wow, I reached 500 feet really quickly. Yeah, that's pretty much the curve. It's really light. Whoops, almost removed the whole thing that held the iPad up again. And then another 500 feet of straight. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to end the premiere because this is getting extremely long. And I can't just spend the rest of the day just having an iPad pointed at a computer laying against books I have on my desk. I'm sorry guys, I can't do that more than a couple hours. This is already over an hour long. By 9 minutes. Actually, nope, 10 minutes now. The second I said it was over an hour by 9 minutes, it just magically switched to 10 minutes. Like last second, just said, nope, it's 10 minutes long. You know, it wasn't exactly 500 feet, so I'll let 530 something slide. 544, I'll let that slide. I'm too lazy actually make it specific. Now time to do the platform part of the platform. Starting over here. Oh, I found some really good platforms off the download station that looked really nice. You have to get them in like multiple pieces though, so that's the only annoying part. But they look really nice. I still find it crazy how through this place they go 90 miles an hour. Sometimes faster. Once I'm done with the Carlsbad Village Station platform layout, I'm gonna end the premiere or the live stream. Just if I made this a premiere, that would be super freaky. How I knew exactly what you guys were saying. Maybe I'm a time traveler. Oh right, there's a grade crossing in the middle of it. So I'm gonna have to lower the platform a lot. So about -1 works with this platform. Which is then it's like close down to the tracks, and then I just do the crossing. Now I know what you're thinking. That's not done. It's just the yellow line. Well, it comes in more parts. I've just like find the selection of them. Whoops, I did not want to do that. Now this is the only annoying part about these platforms, is you have to align them perfectly, otherwise it doesn't look right. And don't mind the fact that I'm using grass in Carlsbad when that's not actually how it looks in real life. I just have like the grass down just so like it's not the mini squares. That's about good. Alright, that's pretty much enough. Now I have to check if a toaster set will actually fit on there. Yes, I have toaster in this game. Dang, I'm one car short. Oh wow, that's That's kind of a perfect fit, although it's not the actual length of the station. At the same time, this is a game, and I'm not sure I can make it perfect to what it actually is. Well, technically, the only thing I actually need to do that is to just extend these two to about down here, because the cab car I have in the correct spot. And there we go. That's good. It's usually about where it is. And don't mind that the F40PH number is wrong, and this F40PH is not the highest in detail. It's just that, as far as I know, there's actually no other better toaster F40PH I can find. Because I've looked for weeks for a toaster F40. And just this morning, literally just this morning, I found one. And I was like, oh my god, toaster F40, let's go. Okay, there was a slight thing. It like stopped for a second. And one thing about the toaster F40 is it says 105 instead of 2105. But if you guys know of any other toaster F40 PH links, put it in like the comments, like not the live stream comments, not the actual video comments, like the ones at the bottom. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys all for watching. It was fun doing a Q&A, seeing what you guys had to ask about me. I'm probably I need to cough, sorry guys. I'm probably gonna do another one of these in the future, maybe for like 5K. That video is gonna be much longer, I guarantee, much longer. And hopefully for 5K I can do face reveal. But yeah, that's all. That's it. Thank you guys for watching.